Okay, so I wanted to do a quick comparison of my Convoy M21J and the Wurkkos TD01C. Seen people talking about these on the light forums, and they're very similar in terms of the bezel diameter. Okay, the TD01C is actually a little bit wider. Okay, a little bit wider, whereas the M21J, it's 55 millimeters, and obviously it's a bit longer as well. It comes in the 2 times 21 700 cell configuration. They both have this kind of tactical functionality. So in order to turn the light on, you can half press that back switch there. But they both have access to that 100% or turbo mode through that tail switch. And it's good to see that Convoy have added a forward switch in there as well. In terms of the overall construction, I'd say they're both on par. Pretty good construction, especially at this price range. I wouldn't say one is better than the other, except the TD01C does have a metal switch, which I'm always a fan of. There are also some UI differences between both of these lights. So the TD01C has a tactical as well as a general lighting mode. So with the tactical mode, you turn the light on with the rear switch, and with the side switch, you can switch between medium and turbo mode. All right. But every time you press that tail switch, it's always going to go to turbo unless you double press pretty quickly, which will give you a strobe mode. The other UI that you can switch to, just press and hold down that side switch while the light is on, just allows you to access a few other modes in there as well, some other lower modes. Now with the M21J, with that switch activated, okay, you can switch between 4 different modes. So it's basically 1%, 10%, 35%, and 100%. There's also a hidden strobe mode with a double press. It's a lot more simple than the TD01C, but if you need that light to always turn on to 100%, no matter what, I think the TD01C in the tactical mode is superior to the UI with the Convoy M21J. Okay, but another thing you can do is you can just put this on 100% mode, and it will memorize that 100% mode every time you turn on the tail switch, as long as you don't hit that button when you turn it on. But yeah, I find that's going to be pretty difficult, given that that side switch cannot be activated and doesn't do anything unless the light is on. Of course, the big difference is the overall light output and throw. So throw-wise, both of these should perform quite similar, but the TD01C should have the long-range advantage there, just with the SFT40. It's a smaller emitter, but the M21J should produce twice or more the output of the TD01C. So let's have a look at how both of these perform side by side. All right, we're going to compare the Wurkkos TD01C to the new Convoy M21J, both on the highest modes. And on the left, I've got the TD01C, and on the right, I've got the Convoy M21J. And already you can see the hotspot is much larger for the M21J, smaller hotspot for the TD01C, but the hotspot is more intense, the SFT40 and the Wurkkos. And if we look at them, just with one removed, so that's the TD01C and that's the M21J, I mean, notice the difference in spill, so much spill compared to, there's decent amounts of spill, but it's not as bright as with the M21J. This thing is, I mean, it's just the best of both worlds. Great long-range performance, and it just illuminates everything. Let's see, sort of hold on to them for maybe a minute or two and just see what happens over time, because as we know, they will both step down. And by memory, I think the TD01C stepped down to about 50% of its output. I know the M21J steps down to about 50% from 100. So really we should see quite a similar pattern of performance as they step down. And it is a pretty cold night here in Melbourne. It's, well, for me anyway, it's like 5 or something degrees Celsius. So It might take a little bit of time for it to start kicking in, but yeah, this tree is a really good kind of area to test. As you can see, that white section of the tree. Yeah. The SFT40, even after it steps down, has significant throw. I mean, look at that. Really significant throw. And it does hold on to this. So they both step down, it appears, to that 50% mark for both. And yeah, quite a difference in terms of the overall throw. I would say that maybe another 100, 200 meters of range for maybe 200 meters extra range for the TD01C after step down. Just a smaller emitter, the SFT40, compared to the SBT 90.2. So yeah, it really depends on what you need. If you do need to have a light that's optimized for long range performance, okay, just range alone, and you don't mind about the overall brightness, and you can deal with some less spill, TD01C is a good choice. If you want just a all-rounder incredible thrower and lumen monster, the M21J, I mean, that's really the best of both worlds. Turn off again and you see, just reactivated both in the highest modes.